All 18 starts from round 2 on, guys. 18 all day. A hype match on stage. Still wrapping up. And just like that.
Did Packy win?
Just like that. Round 2 is off and running. Look at the Z burst to start.
Oh, I think it's round 3 over there. Josh Toles and Packy.
Jonas trying to get Tetris ready. Joey just waiting on the long bar. And boom, Tetris for Joey. Boom, Tetris for Jonas. Joey, you can see pressing down. So he's going to be a little ahead on long burned lines. Oh, I'm falling apart, guys.
Yeah.
Words are hard. Obviously,
both Tetris ready.
As players reach the top, even if they're pressed down players, they'll stop pressing down when they're a little high up.
Definitely.
But you can see Joey pick it up again once he reaches middle of the screen. Jonas with another Tetris.
Both Tetris ready.
Slight lead. Sets up Jonas tuck.
Pop out Tetris for Joey.
And Tetris for Jonas.
Firing back. And Joey with a papow.
Jonas with a papow. Back and forth, Tetrises. Joey with the press down a little ahead of Jonas. See a difference of 2 burned lines right now.
Yeah, Joey Tetris ready coming into a drought here.
Happening.
Burning beautifully.
Jonas almost clears it out, gets the square and has to make another block. Well blocked, that is. Look at this
Huge drought.
30 drought. A huge drought to start the game. That'll get you nervous.
Yeah.
What was the final count on this drought? Let's see. 37 drought.
Yay.
Jonas comes out of it with a Tetris, takes
Joey
the lead,
did as well.
loses the lead. Joey takes the lead back. You see the deep breath. A drought like that early on, that degree, it just reminds you how brutal this game can be. Almost a simul Tetris.
The problem with an early drought too, it sets you up. Just your shoulders are going to be stressed that whole game.
You want to start with a couple easy Tetrises. Get your feet under you.
Definitely. The pressure should be a slow, gradual, but bam.
Just immediate red line
Yeah.
with a 37 drought. So early.
Both with their game faces on.
Oh, Joey got some pieces he wasn't quite sure what to do with.
Ooh, and a
Sets
miss
up
drop and a tuck.
But again, he gets the right L. He's not out yet. Oh no, that early shift on the block.
Still not out.
He's got a 600 point. Oh no, he lost the lead just then, but he's still digging.
The cleanup master.
Jonas knocking down Tetrises in the meantime, trying to take advantage.
Joey's still digging.
Joey shaking his head, but he could still dig out of this.
You just got to get that double cap off that well.
That square at the wrong time.
Yeah, definitely.
Jonas playing it clean with a 36,000 point lead. It sets up a T-spin. But will he get the T?
Just drought after drought, and Joey tops out.
Joey tops. Jonas
Rough.
takes game 1.
Rough
That was a tough
pieces.
start to round 2.
Wow.
Jonas with a 60% Tetris rate. The players can see the piece distribution, but we can't. I think Jonas was just saying that was a long bar the least in terms of the piece stats kind of game. You can see how it just wrecked,
Brutal. Yeah, it's brutal.
wrecked the beginning of the game for those players. And the Z start.
Yeah. We got to go Jonas from the crowd.
We gotta go Jonas right here. Go Jonas.
Go Joey.
Joey with a nice cerebral burn to put those pieces away. Jonas forced to kind of keep putting weight on his issues.
Yeah.
Still
Joey's
low
Tetris
enough.
ready.
Jonas Tetris ready, knocks it down. Joey with a 20,000 point lead.
And he's Tetris ready, waiting for that long bar.
Jonas had to use his long bar to stack.
And boom, Tetris for Joey.
Boom, Tetris for Jonas. Joey with the Z-spin.
Z-spin into a Tetris.
Jonas with a slightly dirty, off-the-wall Tetris. Joey up a little high. He's going to want to clean this up, burn it down.
Nothing like a Tetris to burn it down.
It's the best way.
Yeah.
It's my favorite way to burn down
Yeah, definitely.
a horrible stack, which my stacks always are. So Joey up like a Tetris and a half at this point. A little cheesy. Jonas nice and ready, waiting for the Tetris. Bit of a drought forming. Take a couple skims. Simul Tetris.
Simul Tetris.
Jonas able to capitalize on that second long bar. Joey, ooh, there's the right piece for the left side.
Yeah.
But now he has the long bar dependency in the center. Cleans it up, cleans it up. He's up by 900 points. Some of that is press down points.
Definitely.
And
he throws
now
out a
most
Tetris.
of it is a Tetris.
Joey's earlier gameplay strategy, not today, but like in the past, he used to just go wherever the well would
lead
go.
him, yeah.
So you can see he's
Very versatile.
Definitely, but he said he's since moved over to a right well, and since he's done that, he's been maxing out like no one else.
That's wonderful. The long bar and where it spawns and its rotation just favor the right side well.
Definitely.
So you'll see a lot of players kind of adapt to that as they up their Tetris game. Joey takes a triple, but then gets set up and knocks down a Tetris.
Beautiful.
It's a 10,000 point difference right now. I know it's
Anybody's
9,
game.
but I rounded up. It's an 8,000 point game now. Joey ready for the Tetris. Now Jonas is ready.
Can we get a simul?
You get one boom. You don't get a simul boom. There's Joey with a little look over. Seeing the difference. Joey, though, ahead 10 burned lines. So if you think about the potential in Jonas's game with those 10 lines, it's pretty much the same game. You know? It's a Tetris for Jonas as Joey is trying to uncover that hole in his stack, or maybe he's just going to build above it, try to keep his scoring aggressive, or he's going to burn it down. You kind of have to follow what pieces you get, what you can do with them.
Definitely. Unless you want to build to the top.
That's not a good strategy.
Not a good strategy.
Jonas up 17,000 points. Now he's up 22,000 points. Joey kind of shifting his wells around, opts to go back to the right side. Jonas knocks down a Tetris, increases his lead to 40,000 points. I think that's the biggest lead of game, but of course Joey knocks it right back down. 20,000 point difference.
Both
And another Tetris for Jonas.
Joey's in a little bit of a drought. Hungry for that log bar.
Joey takes a triple because he's surviving a drought right now. Still Tetris ready, gets the
Here
long
it
bar.
goes.
Back and forth. Jonas at a 37,000 point lead. Gets a long bar, but isn't Tetris ready. And another one. And Jonas doing some deep breathing. Main stage hype. So there's going to be a lot of crowd noise and reactions. Again, very distracting.
But Jonas maintaining that.
Oh, and Joey has
amazing.
transitioned.
Oh, he has.
He's pulled ahead in burnt lines, but he's down at 30,000 points.
Ooh, and a missed drop.
Jonas surviving a little transition right now.
Joey's got to clean it out. Ooh.
Joey
Builds that wall.
can't get anything to the left. Jonas is up 50,000 points. Jonas wins.
Oh, what a game.
Good games.
Yeah, great
Good
play.
commentary.
Those
Pulled for
missed
both
drops,
players.
definitely. It's funny, at some point it almost wouldn't seem like practice. It would almost seem like a different,
But
we're getting the same
there's so many nerves. You're moving around. You're playing other games in between. I think it takes a little while for it to really
I think
sink
a lot
in.
of times the practice is just to get the grip right, get your head right. Long bar, line bar.
Again, you see the exact same builds to start. This is what they were talking about. Players of this caliber at this level. You see a slight divergence, but pretty much a simul-boom.
Yeah.
And again, look at this with Harry not pressing down.
No. Common collective Harry.
Terry kind of burning some lines while Harry has been very clean. But both Tetris ready and boom, simul Tetris. And Harry immediately ready again with that long bar, sets up a little tuck, executes it, boom Tetris for Harry.
Takes the lead.
Takes the lead even though he's a couple burned lines back from Terry, who's been pressing down. This is a new Harry style of play this year.
He must have got a massage before coming up.
It'll be interesting to see how he feels after the tournament about not pressing down. But the fact that he's stuck with it thus far makes you think he's into this choice.
Yeah.
Because he could obviously very easily shift back to pressing down.
Definitely. And I wonder if he does once the intensity of the tournament.
We'll see. Something simple like So, very close game right now. Terry up about, what is that, 6 burned lines? And Harry back. They're both navigating a drought, but neither were really Tetris ready once the drought started droughting.
Yeah.
It's really about whatever piece you need at the time.
Definitely.
If you get droughted on that piece, that hurts you.
Right.
So sometimes the long bar droughts kind of slip by because you're not waiting on it. You don't notice that it's not coming.
And that's good because you don't want the long bar to be coming. It's almost like it's in waiting for you to get through that burn.
Out of a drought into another drought. There we go. Finally gets a Tetris. Terry shakes his head because he had to cover up as well. Burn, burn, burn.
But he opened it up. He's hungry for that long bar. And it comes right when he taps it again.
The timing of this game, sometimes it really feels like it waits for you to block your well before it'll give you the long bar. Harry now pulling ahead with a 33,000 point lead. And he's back 5 lines, which could be another Tetris with the way he plays.
Terry's got his well open.
I can't get over explaining that Harry's behind his opponent in burning lines. Whole new experience. And he's up now 50,000 points. Terry's up pretty high, trying to get out of this dig.
He just hasn't got that long bar. That well is...
All right, he's on his way. One more piece and he's open, but he's still up pretty high.
Right.
Wants to get a little breathing room here. It'd be nice to get a Tetris, and
Here
he
we
does.
go. Boom Tetris for Terry.
Meanwhile, Harry at a 26 drought at this point. Gets the long bar. He maintained his Tetris readiness. Look at that last-minute adjustment from Harry that worked out so well for a stack. That looked like a weird dead drop.
And Terry with a clean board. Look at him.
There's a lot of hype coming from the main stage. Again, so distracting for anyone else in the room, especially if you're trying to play a game of Tetris.
Now Terry's firing Tetris back to back, closing that lead, that gap.
Terry now up 11 lines, 11 burned lines, so a much faster pace thanks to the pressing down and maybe the digging.
Right.
You rack up more singles and doubles.
Definitely.
While Harry's been waiting for more Tetris.
But he's got another one. Boom Tetris for Terry.
Now it's just a 1,000 point difference. But again,
Harry's still working out this.
Nothing happens.
I think the 16-year-old Joseph just pulled something.
Terry pulls ahead. He now has a 40,000 point lead.
Meanwhile, Terry's ear is just right next to the main stage.
Yes.
So
A lot of noise, a lot of hubbub. Oh gosh, the droughts. When you see that red, when you see that counter go red, you just know neither player is happy.
none.
And Terry transitions up 60,000 points.
With a Tetris.
Harry still has 15 lines before the transition, which is easily the point difference between these two players right now. It's burning, burning, burning. Finally gets a Tetris. That was a protracted wait for Harry there. Terry quickly advancing through these higher levels now. They change every 10 burned lines after level 18.
And Harry is still yet to hit the transition.
Terry now waiting on pieces. His left is built up so high. I don't know if he can get anything over there. He's out. Harry chasing down. Harry took it. Harry takes game one with the slow play catch up.
But great play by Terry.
He still was behind in burned lines.
There was a point I thought he was done, and he burnt it down.
Terry hoping for the reverse sweep.
Yeah, he's calling it. Babe Ruth style.
The interesting thing about these statistics and being able to see how long the droughts are, the average player just at home doesn't know unless they count their own droughts.
Definitely.
They don't know. You just know that was a really long drought.
Yeah,
that was a really hard game.
Totally.
But to actually see them quantified, it can make you really see how brutal this game gets. And if you think about it, a drought that kills you could keep going. There could be a massive drought in every game that you just don't make it to. And these players are good enough that they can survive them. You can see 50, 60 piece long bar droughts because they can survive long enough to get through.
Right.
Look at these Tetrises to start. The difference is just push down points right now.
Terry with the first Tetris here.
Harry with one burn and then the Tetris. So that's helping him overcome that push down difference. Terry with another Tetris. Sets up a little tuck and delivers. Tetris for Harry. Very close game.
Terry's getting up there. He's
Terry
opened as
manages
well
to
just
clear
in
it.
time.
Look how fast his play looks compared to Harry's. Oh, and Terry passes up on a Tetris to fix his stack, but he gets another long bar. He's able to convert. And Terry with the Tetris, now with a 45,000 point lead. And another Tetris. Harry's kind of digging out a little bit. He had to do some delayed burns just to have somewhere to put the pieces he was getting.
Terry's Tetris ready. Going into a drought here.
See him get the Tetris. 80% Tetris rate right now for Terry. That is wild.
That's great.
Harry
in that drought.
The drought that we saw Terry get through already.
Here it comes.
And boom Tetris for Harry. Now a 61,000 point difference. And they're honestly only about one Tetris apart in burned lines.
Right.
So Harry not able to convert as many long bars as Terry has been. Terry's still at an 80% rate. You see Harry at 62%.
And Terry's just firing them off. But Harry's coming right back at it.
Terry throwing Tetrises left and right. Will we see a Z-spin, or will he wait to tuck the right piece? He's going to wait for that blue, tuck it in. Terry maintaining his lead. His pace has increased a bit. There's now about a 9 burned line difference, 9 or 10 burned line difference between these two players. The drought, Harry having to block as well. Repeating
Terry
squares.
trying to work through these holes.
Terry with a little tuck to help burn this down. Obviously, these players are just trying to build and knock down Tetrises.
Right.
And so if they start struggling, you know the piece sets they're getting are just not accommodating that style of build. Of course, Drought's also hurt. Terry with a glance over. Check out Harry's situation. Their Tetris rates are actually very similar now, 63 and 62%. So Harry maintaining well. Terry has had to start digging. Gotten into a bit of a pickle here and there, lost some of his efficiency. The drought.
Just drought after drought.
Flashing red. Terry with a 15-line difference now ahead of Harry, thanks to pressing down and some of the digs he's had to get through. And for that many burned lines, not as large of a point difference as he's probably hoping for at this point.
And I think that was like the 4th drought we've seen in this game alone.
The modern Tetris, with the 7-bag randomizer, you're guaranteed to get any piece. The longest drought you can go between any piece and getting it again is 13 pieces, because it gives you all 7 pieces,
right.
And then it gives you all 7 pieces.
Right.
So that's why this particular drought counter starts at 13. It's the difference between modern and classic Tetris.
Nice. And a 13-piece drought in classic NES Tetris is almost nothing. You know,
Right,
that's
like
not a drought.
standard.
Right.
Oh, and Terry not sure what to do with that. Over-rotates. Transitions with a little bit of a cleanup to do. Harry still 15 lines back from the transition. The push down seems to lead to about a 15 burn line difference between the two players. And Terry trying to burn his stack down, gets the right pieces,
Opening
he's
that
ready.
well up.
But Harry closes the gap to 13,000 points. He's still playing on level 18.
Boom, Tetris for Terry.
Oh, these pieces
Nice
aren't what
now,
Harry
Terry.
wanted.
Terry's bringing it this game.
Harry transitions with a 492. Terry keeping it going, up 50,000 points. He's now about 20 burned lines up on Harry because he transitioned so much earlier and
Both
the pace
Tetris
increased.
ready. Boom, Tetris for Terry. Boom, Tetris for Harry.
80,000 point difference at this point, at this juncture. Harry able to just hit those pieces where he wants them to go. Doesn't want to get Tetris ready with that long bar and the knife hollow. I don't know what's happening, guys, but Harry has closed the difference. A 9,000 point difference now, thanks to that Tetris. And Terry is 2 levels up on Harry. Harry's coming. And Harry with another Tetris. Terry keeping it real clean. Terry, Tetris ready. Gets the long bar, but he had a misdrop with the previous piece.
But he sneaks the Tetris in.
He does get another long bar, second chance, but now he's trying to navigate what he's got up here.
Switch that well over.
Harry closing the gap. It's less than a one Tetris difference between these two players right now.
Harry just playing beautiful Tetris.
Harry getting droughted, surviving. Harry Tetris ready. Terry still cleaning.
But maintaining.
Harry getting droughted again, gets it, and takes the lead. Look at this score right now, 720,000 in game 2. Terry's still alive, approaching the kill screen for non-hyper tappers. Knocks down Tetris, takes the lead back and forth game.
It's anyone's game.
Level 28 now for Terry. He's trying to get some last points before the kill screen takes him. 8,000 point difference. Harry up pretty high.
Terry wants this game, you can see it.
Harry's left side hangs up the line, and Terry had the lead. Terry wins by 2,000. You can't get anything over.
Oh! What just happened?
1 and 1.
Wow.
Terry with the more aggressive pace.
I know, and it is 25,000. I mean, pushing
25.
down.
It's
2,500.
I don't know if that's the push down difference.
I don't
He
think
survived
so
longer
either.
in the game. He was on level 28, and
True.
Harry topped out earlier.
I think you get about 10 points apiece.
That's so sad. That's a tough loss. That's 3 singles at that level.
Totally.
So that is a close game. Harry was almost there. Just got droughted, got a little too high.
Yeah, definitely. And at the end, just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
This is 1 and 1. You can see both players trying to focus in. A lot of noise coming from the stage, which we're right next to, and from the crowd for those main stage games.
Every one of these games is like you're watching the final.
It could be a final.
It's insane.
Terry, nice adjustment, and gets Tetris ready, knocks it down.
Harry's still maintaining his cool tactics here. Terry's hungry for this game.
All right, so Terry pulls ahead with that Tetris, but Harry's going to come right back with this one. Another one for Terry, and now Harry's stack not where he wants it to be. Trying to uncover that side. You'll see players avoid putting certain pieces that you think, oh, put that there, it'll fix the problem, because they don't like the pattern it will create once the piece is there.
Try to keep a spot for every scenario.
Gee, do you think Buko's playing?
I wonder. Or just a bunch of ruffians showed up.
All right, so Terry ahead by 1 Tetris. Already quite a fast pace for Terry. Harry had to block as well a little bit, got out of it. He's just waiting on that long bar, and boom, Tetris for Harry.
Harry Tetris ready. Capped that well. Unfortunately, the keyhole. Oh, there we go. Let's open it up.
That
Boom,
square for
Tetris
Terry.
Terry's Tetris ready.
Boom, Tetris for Terry. Terry up 6 burned lines at this point, so again, the pressing down leads to a faster pace. Jonas is not behind me. I thought he was lurking again. So just a 2,000 point, 1,100 point difference at this point. And Terry's up real high, trying to dig this out. Oh,
Playing a wild man's game there.
not
but
the pieces
plays
he
off.
wants. Finally get something helpful. Harry with a spire of his own, but gets the right L and throw over there. Oof. As you can see, they must have gotten a lot of jagged pieces, the Z's, the T's, because both players got pushed up from that same sequence. Terry now with a drought, skimming, reopens as well. Harry does have the lead. He's navigating the same sequence that pushed Terry all the way up. You can see how the same piece set can help equalize the game in that manner.
Definitely. It's almost as if you're watching a delay. Yeah. Both slowly working it down.
Oh, but Terry's up way high. He's waiting. Oh, he gets the right piece.
Oh, and he sneaks
Almost
it in.
misses it, but gets it. And he's reopened as well, just in time for a
Boom!
Tetris.
Tetris for Terry.
We're getting a little crowd behind us, shouting things. Of course, with someone of Harry's caliber, who's been to the finals, who's won this before, you feel like it's an upset if anyone beats him.
Right.
And also, based on the seeding, it would be an upset.
Definitely. Tetris for Harry.
So Terry now 10 burned lines up on Harry. And 48,000 points ahead. But Harry's playing clean again, gets the Tetris, closes the gap. Terry once again dealing with a bit of cheese. Opens it up. Waiting for the long bar. It's a 7,000 point difference. And you have to realize Harry has more lines in the game to work with because he's only at 103 burned lines. Terry's at 117. There's more game left for Harry because he is not pressing down. The tuck from Terry.
There it is for Terry.
Terry approaching the transition at breakneck speed.
Just waiting for that long bar.
And he gets it. A 50,000 point lead. Oh, but misdrops. He's going to want to burn his stack down as much as he can so he can get a piece to the left. Tetris for Harry.
Fires up a Tetris.
Only a 12,000 point difference. And Harry, with the Tetris, takes the lead before the transition. Terry.
The score is still in Harry's favor, but they're pretty much neck and neck.
Again, Harry will transition in the next 4 lines. He'll do it with this Tetris.
Boom transition.
A larger lead for Harry now, the largest he's had of the game.
With 20 lines, he can really do some damage.
Separating these two players, yeah.
I mean, both bringing their A game.
This is
The crowd has
just
gotten
amazing
silent watching.
the commentators have gotten silent
Yeah.
watching. With the lead, Harry, with the Tetris, expands his lead to 45,000 points now.
Terry's still working it down, just not getting the right sequence of pieces to build the foundation for Tetris. But doing a good job at
The skims are working. When he gets the right pieces, he clearly knows what to do with
Totally.
them.
Oh,
And a Tetris for Harry expands it to 67,000 points.
Terry is not giving up without a fight. There will be blood.
Harry Tetris ready. Takes the double, shakes his head. You can see he
Is
wanted
that
to
Terry
get
with
that
the
Tetris. Terry
Tetris?
fires a Tetris. 37,000 point difference right now.
Both Tetris ready.
Oh, and he misses the Tetris.
Get that
Terry-
long bar again.
He gets it.
There it is.
Harry still in the lead. Not taking too many risks because he has the lead and he's further back in burned lines.
Definitely.
There's more games still for Harry. Oh, and then Terry way up. That's a
Not without a fight.
Harry, exuberant. That was a tough match.
And they hug it out.
They hug it out.
I guess there was no blood.
How you doing? Found you.
Green tea's back. I feel like people have, like, in his life.
And I'm back.
And Steve DeLuca's back.
That was Ryan Berger from the new retro video game magazine.
Oh, cool.
It's like the only retro video game magazine out of the United States now.
Oh my god.
But he wanted to meet Jeff and get an interview with him.
Uh-huh. Are you Jeff's handler?
I guess so. Well, no, but I've been working with Ryan.
Okay.
They did a Kickstarter and I designed their t-shirt.
So this morning, we ran into Greentea for a quick second, and he said like 3 different times how nervous he was. I don't believe him. Look at how he's playing. He's having a great time. He looks so happy.
Yeah. You can tell when he's nervous he stops smiling.
Meanwhile, Chad's got a pretty good, serious game face.
That's his norm. Chad was the Southern qualifying champion last year. He got flown out.
Oh.
He didn't show. He didn't come
He
this
didn't
year.
attend
though.
this year, okay. So Greentea, Tetris ready, and now Chad is ready. Pretty much a simul Tetris.
Pretty much. Essentially the same piece.
Greentea able to capitalize while Chad is still building out his stack. So Greentea pulls ahead. Chad with a little basket in the center kind of kept him from utilizing that long bar.
And Greentea's normal play up high.
Very comfortable, looking around, chatting, cheering for Corion.
Yeah. Listening to what they're saying.
Chad and Greentea with that trout. Chad with a nice little flip there to keep his stack competitive. Touches for Chad. And Chad tried to get that Z over, just dropped it 1 spot short. So now he's got a little Z hung up that he doesn't enjoy. He's probably trying to flip that L into place. It's a precise input. I think on this speed you have 4 frames to input that flip. It's hard to pull off. But a dirty Tetris for Chad as he's burning it down. Greentea with a 38,000 point lead right now. And he's Tetris ready. Really clean builds over here from Greentea right now.
Great looking slope. Coming into a drought.
The
No
trout,
big deal.
not that huge. Knocks down the Tetris. Chad with one soon after.
Damn.
A 63,000 point lead right now for Greentea. And they build. This is the part where they build.
They build it.
They build their stacks out. Chad again with that kind of center basket. But he turns it into
Dirty Tetris.
a party down the middle, as Chris Tang would call it. Guys, is Greentea sneezing with his eyes open? That's
Whoa.
amazing.
Can you do that?
I didn't think that was possible. Is he coughing? I swear something's happening and it's amazing. Now with a 100,000 point lead.
He's having a conversation with somebody else. Greentea, the multitasker.
Arda coming over to get a score update on this match. Chad with a Tetris. Boom, Tetris for Chad.
Greentea, Tetris ready.
And boom.
Tetris for Greentea.
And with Chad and Greentea back and forth. Chad has closed the gap a little bit. He's kind of gotten 1 Tetris up on Greentea. Narrowed the lead.
Up by a score of 1-0. Greentea's also ahead. Oh, this is the first game. My apologies. I heard that wrong. My apologies. It's actually the first game. And right now, Greentea is
Chad tucks that Z in.
about 100,000.
Greentea just skimming, staying alive. Chad trying to burn his stack down. He's going to build the Tetris there because he knows he's behind. Not really getting the right pieces. This is why center wells can be so tricky if you don't get the right pieces to kind of build it up on the sides.
Right.
You end up just burning lines and kind of wasting long bars. Gets a Tetris. He's going to switch it back to the right side well. Greentea extends his lead to 120,000 points now. And another one. Another one.
Chad not burning anything to get that Tetris. Here we go.
Greentea clearly enjoying himself at this tournament. Chad is used to the buko shouts, disrupting his games. He's been here before. With this lead now at 157,000 points.
Greentea just running away with it.
Running away with pace. A 74% Tetris rate right now.
Right. Both Tetris ready.
And another one.
Right now they're still at level 18, a little ways away to transition, but definitely Greentea far ahead on points. Already
Nice little tuck. Another one for Greentea.
I mean, Greentea's on an amazing pace.
He is feeling comfortable. He's counting down the main stage games. You see this a lot. The players that are loose and that are having a good time can miss T-spins, but they can laugh it off.
I can see if Chad can maintain survival for enough time, Greentea could max out. You know?
That's true. A lot of games we don't see a max out because the opponent tops out and they don't finish the game. They already have the points lead. Players in this tournament have been capable of maxing out in tournament play for years. Since the inception, there's just not been a need for it quite yet.
Last year, there was one game where everybody was encouraging Ben to keep going.
Playing. That's right.
He didn't hit it.
So it's just a waste of time, Ben.
Yeah, man.
All right, so the players transition. Greentea with a 135,000 point lead. That is a daunting lead before they even hit these higher levels. And you see him rolling with the pieces and building the center well.
Yeah, if you notice, Greentea usually switches as well after the transition. He pulls it to the center.
And he can just slide it around. He's so good at the skims, at getting Tetris ready with one or two burns, and then keeping his well open. The more you use a center well, the better, the more familiar you are with the patterns, and you know what you can use, how you can use it, and what's going to be the most efficient way to do that. So, despite not necessarily knocking down a ton of Tetrises, he's increased his lead, now 186,000 point lead over Chad. Manages to get that L over. Oh, misses the Z spin though.
Oh.
Chad's in a bit of a tight spot. He's alternating burn shelves for Chad. It's a lot to manage at this high speed. There it is.
Both players are in level 23.
And Chad just getting L's and Z's,
Chad
L's
got
and Z's.
Greentea takes game one.
The 215,000 lead.
That is a dominant pace. 60% Tetris rate. At 24 to have a 700,000, that was easily a max out game for Greentea if he had needed to keep playing.
But he's cool with it. He'll just stop. He'll do it later. You know, any one of us would be
He doesn't have to do it now.
Yeah.
He can do it some other time. Look how happy he is.
Yeah.
Even presses start with a little extra flourish.
Definitely, I saw that.
It's, as a competitor, to have your opponent kind of put that kind of pace on you, it tightens you up and it looses up them, and it's just such a momentum setter.
Well, there's just that daunting, it's just over your head the whole time. You know you're chasing them. And as they run faster and they gain that gap, sometimes it seems impossible.
Pretty much a simul Tetris.
Beautiful.
And another one.
Beautiful.
The difference right now, a couple burned lines from Chad. It's early days. Greentea doing a little delayed burn. Gets Tetris ready once again. The drought
Both playing high.
is kind of pushing these players up. Able to skim, get the Tetris. So is Chad. Such a close game. Really is neck and neck right now. Chad just waiting for any piece that'll get him Tetris ready. There it is. Tetris for Chad.
Just in time. Some great textbook champion Tetris right here.
Another drought, but Greentea manages to surf through it, knock down the Tetris. Meanwhile, Chad blocked as well. He's burning it down. It's open again. It's open for business. Tetris for Greentea, Tetris for Chad. But now kind of a firm one Tetris lead for Greentea. You can see in the point difference there. Chad with a nice tuck. He's going to take that triple. Try to calm down his stack right now. He's needed a piece to go there for so long. He finally drops the Z in.
We need that L.
In a situation like that, you need the right L or the long bar, and if you don't get either, it's kind of a usefulness drought.
Right.
Greentea with a little tuck. Tetris combo.
There's nothing worse than putting an L right on top of your well.
The L well. Okay. Greentea, dominant pace, is now up over 100,000 points.
Chad fires back.
75% Tetris rate from Greentea right now.
Wow.
He's playing so loose, so relaxed. You see these little extra flourishes, the flips he does at the top. It's a really interesting play style. And of course, the transition to the center well from 19 on is really fun to watch.
Yeah.
He's waiting for finally the right piece to tuck to get Tetris ready.
The patterns are very same. Greentea playing very high with his play field, but he is ahead on score.
And he plays as well right before.
Smiling as Arda comes over and talks about his game. Chad closes the gap.
Both firing Tetrises.
Now only 76,000 point difference.
Chad's not going home without a fight.
Chad staying competitive. I feel like his Tetris rate is climbing up with these consistent back-to-back Tetrises that he's been putting down. Another
Boom,
one.
for Greentea.
Chad's gonna hope for any piece that's gonna help him get Tetris ready. Tetris for Greentea.
Almost with a 100,000 point lead.
There it is.
There it
now with
is.
120, but Chad fires back, keeps it under 100,000 difference. And another one for Chad. Back to the 74,000 difference. The transition is about 30 lines away for both players. As you scale up through the levels, the Tetrises start to be worth just a little bit more every level. So higher level Tetrises give you more points. So score differences like this can be chased down.
Definitely. And again, anything can happen with Greentea. He's looking around. It could just be one wrong
move.
1 second too long of a look, and but showing us
now
that
the
that
drought.
might not happen.
He's up really high. His stack's pretty jagged.
Yeah.
He can take this double, then he has a hole on the left side. Seems to be aware of
with a great
it.
looking board, really pulling up.
Chad closing the gap. Only 36,000 point difference now. So he's able to capitalize on this time when Greentea was digging. But Greentea is coming back down with the Tetris.
feeling the pressure a little bit.
Chad with a nice tuck.
Meanwhile, over here, Chris, Greentea has transitioned to level 19. The score gap has shortened, though.
Chad is really coming back.
Transition to level 19 with only a couple Tetris gap right now, Chris.
Did not want that Z for Chad, though.
But he opens the well up and
boom!
drops the Tetris.
Tetris for Chad. It's a 14,000 point game right now.
Greentea Tetris ready. Oh, plugs the well, digs that out.
Chad with some good skimming, gets the Tetris. Such a close game right now. Greentea with the Tetris. It's a 34, oh, and then Chad misses with that T. Just dropped it one short. He can clean this up if he gets helpful pieces, which he does. He's still in this. The crowd going nuts for whatever's happening on the stage. You can hear what we're hearing, and this is what the competitors next to us are hearing.
Definitely. And Greentea's got to find out. This is his
Greentea's
first time
head
here,
on a swivel.
so it's a lot to take in your first year.
He has widened the gap again, though. 90,000 point lead. This drought happening, and Chad able to get the Tetris. With the casual glasses push while he waits for the Tetris to register.
Just about maybe 80,000 in terms of score difference, but Chad is really coming back. They're both at level 24. A little bit of cleanup from Chad, but this game is definitely playing intense.
Greentea really pulling out ahead.
This one, oh, now it's over 100,000 at
Chad's
level
digging
25.
Almost as if Greentea is more comfortable at these faster levels.
There is something about the increased speed. You just have to make a choice, and
Right.
it can really focus your decision making, because you make the choice, move on, make the
Right.
choice, move on, and if you've got the right patterns and the right moves locked in, it's almost like you don't have to think. You just
Definitely.
follow your instincts.
And it only takes that millisecond of doubt, too, once you've dropped it to throw off the next piece, and then it just starts that chain reaction
Absolutely.
that we saw earlier.
Chad just getting pushed up more and more with these pieces. It's 181,000 point difference.
Higher
And again,
and higher.
Chad is out, and Greentea takes it.
All right, just an update, Chris.
Good game, guys.
Hey,
Wow.
I'll clap for that.
Yeah, that was.
Lord.
I mean, that's some gameplay.